Dom, before we come on to the football, tell me a little bit about the shirt raffle that went on at the weekend, what it was all about, why it was so important to you.
It's really close to my family. You know, my auntie was struggling over the last year, but had some good news recently. It's just all raising money towards bowel cancer research and a couple others as well. So, can't thank the club enough for what they've done helping me out for getting some raffle tickets. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the fans as well, who paid a lot of their hard-earned money on Saturday at Ewood to get some raffle tickets.
I think there was over £1,200 raised as well, going across the 3 charities. And like you say, it obviously meant a lot to you personally, didn't it?
Yeah, that'll make a massive difference as well. It's just about spreading the word, awareness, and every penny counts. So, really happy to see that amount.
And as you mentioned there, it's nice to hear there was some positive news, was that of late, you mentioned?
Recovery's going well, but it's going to be a lot of checkups and routine stuff. So just about being proactive now, but some good news, and hopefully this money can help towards future cases.
That's good to hear, Dom. Tuesday night return for you to Coventry along with the team. Could we go there in any better spirit given the start to the season that we've had?
Really good. The lads are feeling confident. We've got a really strong bench. We've shown it on Saturday with the likes of Todd Cantwell coming on and Mario changing the game and really dictating and showing what they're made of. Confidence is good. We've been doing well, and hopefully we can get our first away win.
How much of that sort of start to the campaign is down to the squad, you feel, and how different is in terms of the feel and the experience, the depth perhaps of the squad this season?
Feels good. We all know last season wasn't up to standard. We've all like to think we've learned from that. And so far so good. We're flying, we're scoring goals, and we're keeping a few clean sheets now as well. So it's all coming together nicely. But the gaffers emphasised a lot. There's a long way to go. There's plenty of games, ups and downs to come. But we're feeling good.
Did the start to this season almost feel like it traces back to the end of last and the foundations that were put in place since John arrived?
Yeah, ever since he's come in, he's been big on becoming more difficult to play against, hard to beat. I think he said we kept 6 clean sheets in the last 10 last season, and that ultimately kept us up. So we're becoming a bit more tricky to play against, which is what we needed to become. And now we're scoring a few more goals and looking a bit more threatening. So it's looking good.
Does it feel like there is a nice balance to the team at the moment in terms of the attacking side, but also perhaps as a group enjoying defending as well?
Definitely, yeah. And we've got attacking players that can flourish now in the system. We stay in games, we become hard to beat, and we know that up the top of the pitch we've got threatening players who are going to take their chances. And so far so good, especially at home, and we're scoring a lot of goals.
Are you enjoying the defensive side of things? As defenders, is it clean sheets that you thrive off?
Yeah, exactly. That's the bread and butter, isn't it? It's really good to keep clean sheets, and we've got 3 in a row now. But that's not just the back 4 and back 5. It starts at the front. The gaffer's big on the strikers starting the defensive actions. It's a team effort, and we've all sort of collectively come together. It's not just the back 4. It's a whole team effort, and long may that continue.
It is very cliche, but when you keep clean sheets, does it give you a really good base to go on and win games of football from?
Exactly, yeah. Clean sheet, you're going to draw a game of football at least, aren't you? And you're going to get some points. So, the gaffer and guards and Keith are massive on, us just being hard to play against and aggressive in every action, and then the attacking players can flourish and hopefully take that with confidence.
Tell me about the unit, the defensive unit, the central pairing. It was Hayden start the season, who you'll know a lot about. Danny's come in of late. How much have you enjoyed the partnerships with both of those, and how do they differ?
Yeah, it's about being adaptable. Especially as a defender, you want familiarity, you want consistency, and so far with Danny, it's going really well with him. Liking the partnership, and we've kept a few clean sheets. So. That's all part of having a good squad as well. The first sort of 3 or 4 games he was on the bench and waiting for his opportunity, and he's taken it with both hands. So really enjoying playing with him.
How nice is it to have the experience that both he and Kyle bring to the group?
Yeah, I think it's underestimated. It's a lot of things. We spend 90% of our time here at the training ground, and a lot of the fans won't see what goes on behind closed doors a lot of the time. So. It's massive that they've helped the team, not just defensively but experience-wise, and cool and calm heads when needed. And yeah, I think it's hard to see from outside of the bubble how important that sort of connection with the squad is.
Is that off the pitch as well as actually what happens when you cross the
yeah, that's
white
my point,
line?
Exactly. For example, Fads hasn't. I don't think he's played much this season yet, but the gaffer's been quite adamant that everyone will get their opportunity, and that's why we need a big, strong squad, because games like Saturday, Tuesday, you're going to need to rotate a little bit and use your squad. So far he's been vital for us as well. He hasn't played as much as he would have wanted to, but he's a massive part of the dressing room.
How good are you feeling about your game at the moment?
Yeah, good. Really good. It's been a solid start to the season. A few clean sheets. Maybe need to get I think I'm overdue a goal now that Danny's got one. I'm a little bit jealous, but no, yeah, feeling good, and just want to play every day if I can. Yeah,
it doesn't feel like your first season here, just everything seemed to work so well. Last year had its ups and downs, and the injury I think played a big part in that. But did you feel good physically, and does that help with the performances then? Yeah,
feel good physically. I think having that good camaraderie in the team as well. If things aren't going too well, your mate's going to back you. We've got a real togetherness this year, it seems, and feeling good, feeling positive, and just can't wait for the next game.
How far can that go then? How far can it take us, that togetherness?
That's massive. I think that might be 10 points. It's you run more, you do more for your mate rather than your colleague. And it's just the way it is. And we're quite big on doing things, outside of football as a team. We like to go for a meal or do this or do that, and it just. You remember about a time back when you're laughing about a time you want to run for your mate now, because you're socialising and you're friends rather than colleagues, and I think that's massive.
Have expectations within the group changed at all from the start of the season, given the start we've had?
Not necessarily. I don't think we've been ambitious. We don't just want to survive again. We want to try and push to the playoffs, and we want to be in the Premier League. It's a short career, and we want to be bigger and better and play in the best stadiums and play in the best leagues. It's not one of them that it's changed. We still want to do as well and win every game if we can, but it's one of them that we're still focusing on the next game and the next game only, and that's Coventry away.
How much you enjoy going back to Coventry, given your obvious connection with that football club?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, good atmosphere, good stadium, big club, a lot of good memories there, and I always love playing against Coventry, and hopefully we can go there and get 3 points.
They've had a tough start to the season. I don't think the table probably reflects what Coventry City, this current side, are all about, does it?
Yeah, but it's just a championship. I think the last 2 or 3 years they haven't started too well, but the last 2 or 3 years they finished in the playoffs, a kick away from the Premier League, and then just outside it last year. So they're a tricky team with a lot of threats, a lot of good players, and we need to be on it to try and beat them.
We're unbeaten away from home league so far this season. If we can extend that to the next international break, how good an opening sort of few months of the season would it have been for us?
It'd be massive, yeah. I think if we can keep winning at home and drawing away, I don't think we'll be too far off it. But we want to win every game as possible. We have a game plan for every game, and we want to try and beat Coventry on Tuesday and Plymouth on Saturday. So it's been good so far, but we always want more.